Yeah. I mean, well, good morning. I had a interesting experience on Saturday. So I was having all these people here for Andy's graduation from PT school, and the graduation was in Davenport. And so I got up and rode with Tessa's parents to Davenport for the graduation. And we got on the road and I was like, oh my gosh, it's really bad. These roads are really bad. So I luckily Mike stayed here with everybody else that was staying. And anyway, we made it there, but it was scary. I called Will and I said, don't even try to go because it's so bad out. I don't want to think of you on the road. And he listened to me for once. But then on the way home, it seemed like things were better. We were going along on I-80 heading towards home and came to a complete stop, right? And and we got in a mess. We were right by Tipton exit, or like 2 miles before Tipton exit, by those rest stops, and we were just dead stop, nowhere to go. And of course, I had Andy's party at 4 o'clock, starting at 4 o'clock here, and all these people were here already. Hi, Marcia, come on in. And we sat there for 5 hours. 5 hours. Well, we started moving slowly and we made it to the Tipton exit. So then we went just north on 38 because I don't think the interstate opened until 9:30 that night. So anyway, my husband's here, and you know how men are. They don't know what needs to be done for the party, and I'm like, you need to put the beans in and you need to do this. And he was just kind of having a good time. And at some point he realized, oh, she's not going to be back before the party starts. I really have to do something. So we got back here at 5:30. The party started at 4:40. Yeah. Yeah, I know it. But it reminded me of this story that's one of my favorite yoga stories. Jeanette's probably heard it, but it goes like this. So in a long time ago, in a place far away, there was an old man and a son that farmed. And they had, a nice farm and one horse to work the farm. And one day they came out and the fence was broken and the horse had disappeared. And all of their neighbors were like, oh, what terrible luck. And the old wise farmer was like, good luck, bad luck, who knows? And so then the next day, the horse came back, and with it, five um, wild horses came as well. And the neighbors were all like, oh, what great luck. And the farmer was like, good luck, bad luck, who knows? So then the next day, the son was trying to break some of the horses and fell off the horse and broke his leg. The neighbors were like, what bad luck? And the old farmer's, good luck, bad luck, who knows? And then, of course, a week later, the king decided that he was going to gather all the young men to go to war. And they came to their farm, and the boy had a broken leg, so he couldn't go. Good luck, bad luck, who knows? So that's what I had to say to myself in when I was in the car. It's like, well, it is what it is. I didn't really get too upset because I knew I was with Andy's girlfriend and her parents. So, and of course, yeah, Andy and his parents went a different route. They had heard about it. Why they didn't tell us, I don't know, but yeah, good luck, bad luck. At least we weren't upside down in the ditch, right? So, so anyway, I think about that over the holidays. Things don't always go as we plan, but it is what it is. So you just roll with whatever happens and enjoy the moment. So that's my theme for today. So please close your eyes and turn inward. And just really take a few moments to appreciate your breath. And then just check in with yourself physically, mentally, emotionally. Something much greater than ourselves is in control. We aren't. Just lean into that. Things go much better. Bring hands to heart center. May we all truly live in the moment, especially the next 10 days. May we look for and appreciate the grace and the beauty and the magic that's always around us if we only look, open our eyes and look. Please lower your hands, open your eyes. We're going to start on our backs. Did you guys get a belt? I want you to have a belt handy. And I forgot to tell you guys at home too. So I'll give you a moment and then just lay down on your back. And if you'd like to start, just stretch along both directions. Maybe make a snowman or a snow angel. And then bend your knees and hug them into your chest. And put your feet down in that wide position. So right at the edge of your mat, your arms can be in cactus. And then just lower your left knee. So your right knee stays up, your left knee comes down towards your right ankle. Just enjoy that stretch for a moment. Few breaths. The knee really doesn't come all the way down to the floor, at least mine doesn't. It's just a stretch there. And then bring the left knee up and let the right knee drop towards the left ankle. And bringing both knees up again, bring your feet close to each other. Bring the soles of your feet together and let your knees open. You can bring your hands wherever it feels good. Just check in there. And then bringing your arms to T here. Just bring your right knee across and on top of your left knee. And keep your arms wide. So you're kind of up on your left hip. And then just stretch your right hand over to your left hand. So you're laying all the way on your left side. And then open up again. And do that one more time. Just stretch over, really round the upper back. And then when you open up, you feel like you're in that twist. Both shoulder blades are attempting to stay down. And we'll switch to the other side. So both knees up and over to the right. Your left shoulder might want to come up. It's okay if it does. I want your knees to rest down. And then stretch that left arm over to the right hand. And open up again. And do that one more time. I like to kind of round my shoulder blades apart when I reach over, and then when I open up, just feel my heart open, my shoulder blades down a little bit. And then bringing both knees up again. Hug them in. And go ahead and grab your belt and bring your feet flat. And just bring the belt around the ball of your right foot. And then just kind of find a spot for your leg that's not challenging your hamstrings too much. And reach up as high as you can with your right hand and just hold the belt there. And possibly extend the left leg. And then pretend like you're pushing on the gas with the ball of your foot. And then you can flex and point a few times. Just use all parts of your toe mounds. And then find kind of a neutral position, but where your foot's very active. Bring your arm out to the left. So your goal here is to keep the left leg grounded, the left arm grounded, and you're just going to allow the right leg to come off to the right side. And don't go so far that your left thigh comes up. You're just kind of opening that inner thigh. Keep a little pressure with your foot on the belt. And then bring it slowly back to center. Reach up, switch hands. So your right hand comes off to the side. You're holding the belt with your left hand. And without letting your right hip lift, just bring the foot across a little bit just to stretch out the outside of your hip, that IT band. You'll feel it. It feels kind of like achiness. Stretching the IT band. Good. And then bring it back to center. Reach up with your left foot, grab the belt. See if you can get it in the right spot. You might have to adjust it. And switch. Now you're holding the belt with your left hand. floint and flex. I call floint is when you point, but you're still really active in all parts of your foot. And then find a place right in the middle, keeping the right leg grounded, right arm grounded. Allow that leg to come off to the left. Focus on that right leg. Focus on keeping the left foot super active. And bring it back up to center. Switch hands. Kind of get a hand workout too. And just like we did, bring it across. Keep the foot active. You're going to feel that IT band achiness feeling, but it's a really good stretch. And then bring it back to center, and you can lose the belt for a moment and hug your knees in. And just take a hold of your shins and kind of roll up to seated. And then take a wide stance with your legs. You don't have to get as wide as you can. And just make sure your kneecaps and toes point upright. So I always have to kind of inner spiral my legs. Yeah. And then get super tall and walk your hands forward a little bit, just bending right at the hip creases. Still a little more stretch there in the inner thighs. And then come about halfway up. Just ground your right hand down. Bring your left hand to your hip and twist to your left. And then switch and twist to your right. Come back to center. Maybe stretch your hands forward a little bit more. See how it feels. And walk back up. Oh, and now just bring your feet together and kind of do the same thing. So make sure you're inner spiraled, you're on your sits bones, you have that nice long spine. Lengthen up and then maybe fold forward. You can find your ankles or feet. Super duper. And then coming about halfway up, bring your left hand to your right foot and just a little twist to your right. And then switch a little twist to your left ankle or foot. Feel engagement. And then unwind. Bring the soles of your feet together for a quick Baddha or Baddha Konasana. I like to hold my ankles because I have weak ankles, but you don't have to. You can hold your toes or your heels. My ankles like to pop out on me. I know. Not a good thing. Good. And then come on up and let's go to all fours. And just start with some cow cat, loosening everything up. And then go ahead and sit back to a child's pose, but keep your arms stretched long. And then just separate the hands wide. So maybe they're at the edge of the mat. And then reach your right hand across, place it on top of your left hand with that nice long side body. Maybe shift your hips to the right a little bit. Feel a nice long stretch in the right side body. And go ahead and switch. So right hand comes wide again, left hand reaches over. Hips shift to the left a bit. And then unwind. Bring the hands regular shoulder width apart and come up forward. Curl the toes under, lift to a downward facing dog, and then step your feet a bit wider than normal. And just walk your dog out. And then see if you can feel grounded enough through your feet and your hands that maybe you can lift your right hand up a couple inches and place it back down, and then lift your left hand up a couple inches and place it back down. And then walk your hands back to your feet and come to a wide-legged forward fold back there. And just take a few breaths. If you can reach your belt and grab it. And then slowly roll up to standing and step your feet just normal hip distance apart. And your belt, I don't know if you have a really long belt. Let's see. You do, Marcia. So you're going to want yours folded. And oh, Jeanette's is the really one. You guys might want the longer one. I don't know. I just don't want the buckles to whap you in the head. So you can leave it long and just kind of let the non-dangerous side. And then kind of a little tension apart with the knuckles facing down and stretch your arms up. Good. And now arc to your right. Keep a little bit of tension on the belt. And then come on up and arc to your left. And come on up. And then see about bringing the belt back. Ooh. Okay, don't let your low ribs pop out. And then forward. If you slide your hands apart even more, you might be able to bring it all the way back. And forward. Just be really gentle with yourself. And back forward and release the belt. You can throw that belt off to the side and sweep your arms up and come to a forward fold again. This time your feet are normal distance. Bring your right hand right in the middle of your gaze, left hand to the hip, and just do a twist to the left. And then switch, right hand to the hip, twist to the right. And then back to center. Now walk your hands back out again to a downward facing dog. And please lower your knees, keeping your toes curled under. Sit back on your heels. That works with your shoes. Yeah, it does. Stretch out your quads a little bit, your feet. And then come forward again to all fours. You're going to just lift your right knee up and tuck it in behind your left knee. And then stretch your feet long. And then just kind of slowly walk your hands back for a little hip stretch. You'll feel it. Your left knee will come up off the floor a little bit. Stretches out your ankles. Keeping the hips square to the front though. Yeah, this is deep, right? And then come forward and we'll switch that. So now the left knee tucks right in. Feet are kind of stretched straight back. Walk your hands back, keeping your hips square to the front. Just get a little stretch in there. And then come forward again. Unwind all fours. And come back to a downward facing dog. I'll see if you can engage your core enough here and feel strong enough on your feet that again, you don't move. If you lift your right hand up a couple inches, you feel how grounded you are. And then just try it with your left. If you move a little bit, it's okay. I just really want you to engage the core. Good. And then walk your feet up to your hands, forward fold at the front of your mat. Inhale, pranam. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep all the way up. Reach up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Good. Good. Bad. Oh. It is what it is. We're in this body today, so it is what it is today. So well, grab your blocks and bring them by your feet if you would, please. We try not to label it, but sometimes we do. Just think of it. It is what it is today. So inhale, stretch up. Exhale, fold forward, hands to the blocks. Step your right foot back to a deep lunge. Lower the back knee. Bring your hands to your front thigh. Hug to the midline. Just stretch out your hip flexor. Check in. And then slide your hips back. You can use your blocks here to walk back and straighten your left leg. So your hips are above your right knee a little bit. Sometimes I have to bring my heel forward. Your heel, knee, and sits bones are aligned both sides. I like to think of drawing that left leg into the socket. That'll engage my low belly a little bit. And then once I feel that, then I stretch the toes, maybe down to the floor, if that works. And then walking forward again, bending into the front knee, lift the back knee, and please step forward. And the left foot Steps back, lowering the back knee, hands to the front thigh, hugging to the midline. Stretch out that hip flexor. And then going for the runner's lunge position. Just walk your hips back, straighten the right leg, check your alignment, draw the leg into the socket, and stretch. Good, and then please walk forward. Lift the back knee and step back, downward facing dog. Step the blocks off to the side for a moment and come forward to plank pose. Couple breaths there. And slowly lower to the mat. If you can lower your knees if you need to. Stretch your feet long. And then with a big inhale, lift a cobra. And exhale, lower down. Do that 2 more times, just thinking, I'm gonna lengthen everything out, stretch it long. Maybe lift the heart. And one more time. And come on down. Push back to all fours so you can grab your blocks. And then come to downward facing dog. And please extend your left leg and step it through to deep lunge, or however you can get it there if you need to lower the knee. I'm going to have you keep the back heel lifted and left, unless you have foot issues and you want to ground the foot down, you can. Because you're going to lift your hips up and back to straighten the left leg. You can walk the blocks to the higher height or wherever it feels good. The alignment's the same, the heels, the knees, and the sits bones on both sides. You're not shifting your hips one way or another. You're just keeping a nice long spine, bending at the hip crease. Parsvottanasana. And bend into the front knee. And step back, downward facing dog. Extend the right leg. And step it through, deep lunge. And ready when you are to straighten the legs, shift the hips back. Keep your low belly drawing up, nice long spine. Don't hyperextend the knee. Some of us have a tendency to do that. And fold. And then bend into your front knee. ground the back foot down and walk the blocks to the inside of your right foot. So you're in kind of warrior two legs, but I want you to just walk your blocks out from there. So stay grounded through your feet. So you're kind of like moving towards the left front corner of your mat. And then just bring your hands out. This, I call this down dog lunge. Make sure your right knee is tracking towards the right toes. See, if you're really engaged with your legs, you won't even need your hands much. And then walk the blocks back in and then keep walking them to the middle, to the left, and turn the right foot forward. So you're facing Sai and Herky over there. Good. There you go. You're in a Prasarita Padottanasana, forward fold. And then swivel your heels in a little bit, bend your knees, bring your hands on your knees. There you go. And you can just bend one knee and the other a little bit, just kind of feeling out those inner thighs again. Make sure the knees are tracking the same direction as your toes. And then pause. See if you can draw your low belly up a little bit more. Bring your hands to heart center or goddess pose. Really nice, you guys. Good. And then bringing the hands back to the blocks, straighten the feet out again. And walk your hands towards the left now, turning your left foot forward and bending the left knee. The blocks come toward the right corner and walk them out for down dog lunge. So it feels like down dog arms, but you're really stretching your legs out. Left knee tracks towards the left toes. Go the other way, Michelle. Back. So you're doing the other leg. Yep. Towards the back. Yep. There you go. There you go. Sorry. Didn't notice that was going on. You can check to see if you're really grounded through your legs and getting a little lighter on your hands. And then walk your blocks back in. Walk them back to the middle, to the right. Turn both feet forward. And then just notice if you're right in the weight's right in the middle of your feet and come like a pranam here. So your arms are full length. Keep your right hand on the block. Bring your left hand to your hip. Twist to your left. Might have to bend the left or let's see, it'd be your right knee a little bit. Yeah, just play with it. And then unwind and we'll switch and twist to your right. Good. And unwind. Walk your blocks back towards your right foot as you turn that foot forward. Turn the left heel up and step back. Downward facing dog. And go ahead and take a child's pose. Checking in with your breath. Breathe deeply into your low back. And then come back. Downward facing dog. Down the right leg. And step it through deep lunge. Ground the back foot down. And windmill up, warrior two position. Notice how open your hips are at this point, your inner thighs. Maybe a little reverse. Left arm down, right arm up. And back to warrior two. And windmill down. Turn the back heel up. Step back, downward facing dog. Left leg extends. And step it through deep lunge. Ground the back foot down. Warrior two position. Reverse it. Right arm down, left arm up. Back to warrior two. And windmill down. Turn the back heel up. And step forward, please. Shake your head no. Shake your head. Shake out your hair. Bring the blocks forward. Come down to a deep squat. Start with a nice long spine. I always like to hug my arms with my knees. And then come down to a seated position and stretch out your legs long. And find that grounded sits bone position. Bend the right knee and bring the ankle across. And then just pick that up and stack knee on top of knee. So this is kind of like what we did at the first. And if you want to, you can stretch your toes straight or keep the foot flexed. It's your choice. Yeah, that's really good, you guys. And if that feels good and you want more stretch, keeping the hips square, you're just folding at the hip creases again. Maybe you walk your hands out. Feel a big stretch in that hip. And then come on up. And just now bring the knee up. Bring the foot flat so it's pointing straight forward. Now, if this doesn't feel like it's grounded, you can bring it to the inside. You guys all look good. Interlace, pull back and up. And grab the knee with your left elbow. Right hand comes behind you and twist to your right. Every inhale, think I'm lengthening up. Drawing my low belly up. Lengthening. and maybe twisting deeper. Good, now stay in that twisted position and turn your head back and look over your left shoulder. Good, you guys. And release. Feels good, right? Good, bad. Bend your left knee. Bring the ankle across. Feel that. And bring the knee to stack on top of knee. Hips stay square. And then see if you want to go deeper. Just fold over the knee. And then coming on up, come to that position with the foot flat, knee up, interlace. If I pull back and up, you can feel yourself engaging and lengthening. And then grab the knee with your elbow, left hand behind you. Every inhale, think of that connection in your long spine from the sits bones all the way through the top of the head. And maybe turn your head, look over your right shoulder. Keep a nice long back and neck. And unwind. And go ahead and transition to your back. Stretch long like you just got up. Bring your arms to cactus or T. Bring your feet underneath your knees, but wide on the mat. Just engage a few windshield wipers. You can let both knees go to the right and left this time, if that feels good, or if you just like the one knee, that's fine too. And then next time your knees are up, give them a little hug. Maybe roll up into a ball. And then bringing your feet down together, let your knees open, hands on your inner thighs. And then just like we did at the beginning, I'm going to have you bring your right knee over and stack it on your left. Your arms come to T. You might have to slide your hips so you're on your left hip. And then just reach your right hand over top of your left and slide back into that twist. Should feel a lot easier. Maybe it doesn't. I don't know. And just allow that right shoulder to sink into the floor. Maybe even turn your head to the right a little bit. And coming to the other side, just shift the knees to the right. Left arm is out. And then stretch your left hand to your right. And slide open again. Turn your gaze to the left. And then just bringing the knees up. If you feel the need for any other calming poses, you can. Or you can just stretch into Shavasana, your choice. I do recommend you cover up today, though. Always feels kind of good. Snuggle in. And just settle in for a long nap. And rest. Allowing your breath to lead the way. Every exhale, let go of tension. Notice if there's any in your face and neck and shoulders, and just let it go. Down through your body, noticing tension and letting it go. As you continue to just relax, I wanted to share some words from Marianne Williamson's. This is one of my favorite readings. She says, "We're all assigned a piece of the garden, a corner of the universe that is ours to transform. My corner of the universe is my own life, my relationships, my home, my work, my circumstances, exactly as they are. I don't ask God to change my circumstances, but to change who I am within them. May I tend every part of my garden with love, that it might grow to be the most beautiful manifestation of all that is good, holy, and true." Noticing your breath and thinking of it more as drawing in energy, life force as you breathe in. And please start to move in small ways. Eventually wiggling and moving more, drawing the knees in. Take your time to come on up to seated. And just give yourself a few more quiet moments before we get on to the rest of our busy days. And check in with yourself physically, mentally, and emotionally. And please bring hands to heart center. Thank you so much for brightening my day. I bow to the beautiful light in each of you. Namaste. Did it feel okay, guys? Yes, I needed that this morning, so thank you. Thank you, guys.